On the show this weekend, we get you the victory of Silverina in the Calcutta Oaks Grade 3, Vijay's Pride winning the Indian 1000 Guineas,
My dream to win a big race in Bombay.
Machiavellism winning the Indian 2000 Guineas, Tipping Tim with all his tips, racing expert Mohit Lalwani with his expert tips.
For me, Machiavellianism cannot be counted out of the Indian Derby.
A rather bright and sunny morning with a slight bit of a nip in the air. We're standing right here at the Royal Western India Turf Club Limited. You're watching the Winning Post powered by Akash Global Advertising in association with the Serum Institute of India. I'm Chaiti Narula. We're taking a roundup of all the classics. First up, we start off with the Calcutta Oaks 2012 and move on to the Indian 1000 and 2000 Guineas, the first two classics of the Mumbai horse racing season. We get you a roundup and catch up with the winning connections. The month of December saw a lot of classic activity. The Calcutta Oaks and then the Indian 1000 Guineas, where the fillies battled their way into the prestigious parade ring while the boys battled their way into supremacy with the running of the Indian 2000 Guineas. The Calcutta Oaks 2012 was the terms race for 3-year-olds only. The field consisted of 4 contenders: Angel Child and Ko Samui from Pacey Shroff's yard, Silverina trained by Bharat Singh and Chase the Sun from Padmanabhan's yard, featured in race number 7 on the day's race card, run over 2,400 meters.
They're off and racing for the Calcutta Oaks 2012. Little slowly out there's Chase the Sun. Their Silverina is safe and clear. 2.5-3 lengths in front of Chase the Sun, who's getting nowhere close. And then there is Ko Samui and Angel Child. But going for the line here for the Calcutta Oaks 2012. Silverina all the way. 3.5-4 lengths clear of Chase the Sun, finishing up second.
Trained by Bharat Singh and partnered by jockey Suraj Naredu, horse number 4 Silverina, carrying a weight of 55.5 kilos, ran past the wire to win the Calcutta Indian Oaks 2012. Silverina is sired by China Visit out of Silver Print and owned by Jaideep Datta Gupta. In comparison to how she looked in the Calcutta Guineas, she looked superior in form on the day of the Oaks. With Suraj Naredu in the saddle, she backed the Calcutta Oaks in breathtaking style after brushing aside the outstation challengers Chase the Sun and Ko Samui and Angel Child. Angel Child, partnered by Trevor, refused to gallop after the 2,200 meter marker. Chase the Sun was the one that finished 5 lengths behind the winner, Silverina, in the second position. Ko Samui ran third, followed by Angel Child. Then came the running of the Indian 1000 Guineas, a lead-up to the Indian Oaks on Jan 20th, 2013. The Gitanjali Indian 1000 Guineas saw a field of 10 contenders. This was a terms race for 3-year-old fillies run over a mile or 1600 meters. Maple Star, Portia, Neona and Vijay's Pride were touted to be top contenders based on their Thursday morning track work. Vijay's Pride, sired by Bertoloni out of Designer Chick, well partnered by jockey P.S. Chauhan, showed a splendid turn of foot as she ran past the wire to win the Gitanjali Indian 1000 Guineas 2012 by the shortest possible margin. Showing Off finished second, followed by Pacey Shroff trained Portia. Vijay's Pride clocked an impressive timing of 1 minute 35.78 seconds. Vijay's Pride's connections were prepared to win this one.
My boss had told me that don't worry about the thing, the pace will be fast and you just have to sit, don't panic, don't do anything, just sit, come to the straight and then make your move. Wait for the last minute and then make it.
Will you believe it? I was having full confidence that my filly will definitely win today, and it has done the same thing today. Please believe it. I was 100% sure all the way I have come from Hyderabad for this filly only. That much I can tell you. We told our jockey when we are in paddock that please make the filly come little late from outside, and it has done the same from the back, and it has done the same thing. And really I am telling you, whatever we have planned, it has done accordingly.
While Vijay Gupta was this confident, her trainer LVR Deshmukh had a rather emotional moment with her victory.
Actually, it didn't go out the way I wanted it. I basically wanted him to sit a little bit off the pace, but on the rails. But he got a little interfered on the rails and he had to go drop out, and then he pulled out the horse. The whole field started moving out. So he had no choice to but make his run from the outside.
Her pedigree suggests that she would relish the extra furlongs of the Indian Oaks.
I would also like to think, since there's a lot of stamina on the dam side, she would get the Oaks strip here, because it also remains to be seen as to how many fillies really stay a mile and a half. So unless there's something spectacular which really stays on well, I think she should be fair for the Oaks.
But going by her pedigree, do you think a mile and a half would suit her in the Indian Oaks as well?
I would like to think it should.
Vijay's Pride won convincingly. Her next classic would be the Indian Oaks 2013.
Well, the 1000 Guineas was it was an exceptional race, I thought. Couple of hard luck stories, a couple of great stories too. Let's start with the good stories first. Vijay's Pride, what a top class filly. I didn't think she looked well in the parade ring at all. She looked very dry. Her coat wasn't right, very patchy from behind. Really not much to look at as a filly, but the one thing I noticed when I saw her in the paddock was how strong she was in the shoulders. And for me, she really stood out, the way she looked in her shoulders, her chest. She really is a very strong filly. And I think she always looked like she was going to win when they turned for home, and she balanced herself out. For me, it was a great victory because I actually had some money on her at 7-1 way before the race was even run. Vijay's Pride, will she get the Oak strip? My answer to that is possibly no. She's a daughter of Bertoloni. They don't normally stay, but one never knows. There isn't really much in the fillies this year that looks like it has the class and stamina to win the Indian Oaks, so you can't count her out. The horse that ran her, a short-head second, will have Jamie Spencer on, clearly a slightly better option than Paul Trevor. And a short-head second, she really rallied back. Now, she shocked me because she doesn't have the pedigree of a miler. She's got the pedigree of a 6-furlong filly. So she has absolutely taken me by surprise. She shouldn't have stayed the mile. Based on that, I'm going to say she's not going to stay the mile and a half of the Indian Oaks. The third horse home, Portia. If you just take a look at how Portia finished on, she came from way behind, as did Vijay's Pride, but I thought she was unlucky. The feeling that I got from Portia is, even though she's also a daughter of Bertoloni, is that she looks like she was asking for slightly longer, perhaps a mile and a quarter, even maybe the Oak strip of a mile and a half. And if she works well and her joints are fine, perhaps she's the filly for the Oaks. The fourth horse home, who I believe was the most unlucky horse in the Indian 1000 Guineas, without question, was Neona. She's a front-running filly, but I don't think she was given the best ride home. I thought it was a little presumptuous to take over the running as early as she did. Even before they turned for home, we saw the great Satellite lose the Indian Derby doing something like that. And the Mumbai straight is long. It's very hard for a horse to sustain a run from the top of the straight all the way to the finish line, leave alone even before you've turned for home. So would she have stayed? Would she have won? It's obviously debatable because she didn't. The fact of the matter is, I think she deserves another chance. The way she's traveled up to the last 250 meters or so, I actually thought she was going to win. So, for me, I think Neona was the hard luck story. I think she's certainly better than her fourth place result. She wasn't too far away. And I personally believe that this result would have been reversed with Neona just being asked to wait and check a bit. If you look at the way the horses have finished, the first, second and third horse have all come from off the pace, sitting second last, third last and last. And Neona was sitting out in front, who's finished fourth. So clearly from the horses that went out on the pace and got tired, Neona was the class. The class that's won the race has come from behind.
The year ended with the Indian 2000 Guineas, and the team that won the Indian 1000 Guineas seemed to be the winning mantra for the Guineas of the Mumbai racing season. They took home the Calcutta 2000 Guineas trophy too. Machiavellianism, partnered by P.S. Chauhan, trained by Deshmukh and owned by Vijay Gupta, provided a rare double victory for his connections who had won the Gitanjali Indian 1000 Guineas. The horses tipped to be in the fray with better chances to win the Indian 2000 Guineas happened to be Montezuma, Commander and Shivalik Hero. Shivalik Hero galloped well while Commander was not finding his best. This Hyderabad challenger, Machiavellianism, who is Vijay's pride as well with all puns intended, produced a splendid turn of foot and won the Nakshatra Indian 2000 Guineas. He picked up a momentum at full throttle in the last furlong. Chauhan and Deshmukh had a deja vu after the 2000 Guineas victory. Shivalik Hero ended 3 1/4 lengths away and Acquired Taste finished third.
Well, now with regards to the 2000 Guineas, what a performance this was. Machiavellianism just blew this opposition away. Admittedly, he's possibly best over a mile. He didn't get the Derby trip, though that was in soft going, and Vittal Deshmukh has clearly said his horse prefers, he prefers a surface that's good to firm, and the Mumbai track provided that to him. A lot of his opposition, the good opposition, Franklin, Montezuma, many of these horses need a mile and a half, and possibly we haven't yet seen the best of them, leave alone the fact that they were possibly inexperienced. Machiavellianism is a son of Jazeel, who won the Belmont Stakes on dirt in America over a mile and a half. That's the longest classic in the United States of America, and he won that. So for me, Machiavellianism cannot be counted out of the Indian Derby. I'd have to say, at this point in time, the way he's won the Indian 2000 Guineas, he is the frontline contender. Now let's talk about the second, third and fourth horse home, Shivalik Hero. Again, a horse who was a short-head second in the Nanoli Stud Pune Derby over 10 furlongs. He's run second, a long way behind. He's also going to prefer it longer over the Derby trip. As will an Acquired Taste, I feel, who's finished on late to run third. A good performance. He still didn't look the part, and I think he'll get better by the time the Derby comes around. A horse that we cannot count out, who's not finished on board, is Besan Chinoy's horse Commander, who I believe will relish the mile and a half. He's a very good horse, and if one's looking for a bit of a horse at the price in the Indian Derby or even in the Ruya, which is possibly where a lot of these horses will run next and clash again, it's Commander.
The racing world now gears up for the Indian Oaks, the Ruya Cup and the McDowell Signature Premier Indian Derby 2013. Well, rather crucial turn in the career of trainer LVR Deshmukh. More on him on the other side of this break. Take a quick break right here on The Winning Post. Welcome back to The Winning Post, powered by Akash Global Advertising in association with the Serum Institute of India. I am Chaiti Narula. Now, trainer LVR Deshmukh is the man of the moment. He won the Indian 1000 Guineas with his filly Vijay's Pride and won the Indian 2000 Guineas with Machiavellianism as well. He's now geared up for the Oaks and the Indian Derby. We get you a complete story on this trainer on this weekend's Get to Know Your Racing Professional. We caught up with trainer LVR Deshmukh after Vijay's Pride won the Indian 1000 Guineas.
The first classic of the season was, of course, the Indian 1000 Guineas, sponsored by Gitanjali. And this filly, very, very special filly from Hyderabad, came in and won it. Vijay's Pride is her name, and the trainer of this magnificent filly is Mr. Deshmukh, who's here with me.
I've been coming last 10 years to win a big race like this. It's my dream to win a big race in Bombay. And I've come and won. The next target should be my Indian Derby.
Absolutely. But tell me, you said, you've been waiting for 10 years to come and win a big race. What do you think went right this time?
Well, I had the right horses this year. From day one, from Bangalore summer, I've been striking. I think we've bought some nice